What did you think of Herman today?
This afternoon, I thought he was better. I still don't think Herman is as sharp as we've seen him. But yet, isn't that a great sign that he went 6 innings against a good club and only gave up 2 runs? I thought the slider was better today. Much more consistent with the break and the location. The fastball command was a little spotty for me, just from my viewpoint from the dugout. But he looked under control. I thought the tempo that he and Elias had between pitches was better. He didn't seem rushed. I thought he was composed. So overall, it's a solid outing. I like the last 2 innings. They were great, probably his cleanest innings, making his best pitches. But that was a step in the right direction for one of the best pitchers in the National League.
Thank you.
Yes, with Herman, what were the things you guys kind of centered on to get him closer to right in this game? What were the things you centered on between the last couple of starts?
Well, last couple of starts, we've talked some delivery stuff as well. We've talked about his mechanics. We've talked about his line and his hip, his left hip. We've talked about just his tempo through his delivery, especially from the stretch. We thought it maybe was a little rushed the last couple of starts. Today it looked more, I think, on time and a better rhythm and tempo to his delivery. Those are the 2 things: a little bit about the hip and a little bit about his tempo and his timing.
He's also a very competitive guy. I mean, did you have to appeal to that, or did you figure he would take care of that on his own?
No, we've known Mark, Herman for, a number of years now. We know his competitiveness. This is a guy that, really wants to do well. He cares about this organization. He takes it as a big responsibility every time he takes the mound. So we never have to worry about that. He wanted to, stop this little losing streak, this little 2-gamer here in St. Louis. So he did his part. We just didn't score enough runs off Wainwright.
He had a couple of opportunities. 6th inning where Tapia leads off with a double, and a couple others in this game where it just didn't seem like you could quite get to Wainwright. Are there any of them that you looked at?
Yeah, we couldn't get. There was a couple situational at bats. We didn't get it done, early in the game. And then again, we didn't get the big hit there in the 9th. And that's what happens in low-scoring, close games. It comes down to an at-bat or 2. We had some opportunities. We couldn't cash in. They had some opportunities also to stretch their lead, and they didn't do it either. Herman did a nice job of keeping the game close. So, I guess you can look at it as a well-pitched game by both teams.
Thank you, buddy.
Patrick?
Yeah, buddy, it's Patrick. In regard to Wainwright, he's 39 years old now. His ERA isn't quite what it used to be. But what did you see from that veteran out there today that impressed you?
That was a lesson in the art of changing speeds. You saw the curveball as low as 68 miles an hour. You saw the fastball as high as 89. So you're talking about a 20-mile-an-hour difference in velocity of one pitch to the next. Tremendous use of that little cutter that he uses on the outside corner to the right-handed hitters. And he jammed some of our lefties on it as well. A two-seam action on his fastball that he can throw both to both sides of the plate. But it was more about disrupting the timing of the hitter. We were out front of the curveball. At times we were behind the fastball. It was a clinic in pitching for a guy that over the last number of years has, I don't want to say reinvented himself, because he's always had the great curveball. Just when he was younger, it was harder. And he had more velocity to the fastball. So, it's not all about overpowering fastball like so many pitchers have these days. This was truly about getting us off balance getting us out front of the curveball. We just couldn't square that up. He got a couple strikeouts on that curveball, and really utilizing the outside corner.